Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far and a great trading session. I'm currently green. Let's hopefully stay that way. We are in a bit of consolidation though. So I'm just kind of waiting until we get the breakout. Do I not have a time chart any? Oh, shoot. Just a breakout. I have missed 2 trades so far. I was distracted on one, and then another one, I spilled my water, so I had to go clean it up. One of the trades that I got into was a double entry though on my leader account, not the followers. So I think I've taken 3 trades. Good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? Good morning. Like, come on, bro. So in the last 24 hours, this guy has traded almost 3,000 contracts and gained another $50,000, $60,000 in profit. Like, oh yeah, I did reach out to NinjaTrader, by the way. They can call me a snitch. They can call me whatever they want. And I'm going to reply to them because they've already replied. And because there are people, I told y'all there are people who were posting the exclusive invite link publicly. I've had people ask me how they get into it, and I didn't respond yet, but I'm going to respond. It was an exclusive invite. Like, it's that simple. If they chose specific people to beta test this environment, why would I send it to you? That defeats the purpose of exclusivity. But yeah, I definitely reached out to them, and I'll read the email in just a second. I wanted to check something. It looks like right now I'm number 20. I'm 200 with the current profit that I have. I'm looking for something. Oh, Kellyanne has made a comeback. She's only down 533. Oh, all right. Zigzag changed. So yeah, so I've taken a few trades. This is where I had multiple entries by accident. It invalidated itself, then it validated itself, and I did the stupid thing of trying to click the on and off button versus just, like I told y'all yesterday, I'd rather just, if it's really close, I'd rather just keep it on and just click the break even button if I need to. Was that my first? I think that was the first trade. Then I missed this one. I was hanging up the phone with my best friend, my other best friend, not my sneaky link best friend. Then I got into this sale right here. Beautiful sale. New bias, volume divergence. That might be the only 2 trades, actually. Yeah. Nah. Whatever. Something like that. And now we're here. It's just 20 isn't bad at all. Yeah. No, yeah, not 2,200. Sorry, considering you're actually trading it on an auto bot. Yeah, and honestly, I would suspect that if they remove all the bots, I'll probably be like top 100 more than likely, which is cool. Like I said, I didn't really get into this to win per se, just because I do know I'm not trading all day. I'm scalping. They max you out at 5 contracts per trade. So, there's only but so much I could do. Um, but I just kind of wanted just the experience, really, honestly. Um, all right, so that was invalid. All right, so we're kind of like almost every time we change biases today, we have rejected, besides the divergence trade I showed y'all that I took in the last uptrend bias. But we've rejected and kind of hit the new change zone and rejected again. So normally, like, let's say that this outside bar was a reversal up. Normally I can take that, but when we're inside of the change zone like this, I can't, and this is why. Because a lot of times when we're inside of the change zone and we hit the next one, there's a lot of times where we reject because we kind of create a range. So I can't take the reversal up to play off of this zone. But if it wasn't inside of the change zone, I could, and it works out perfectly fine. Yeah. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning, True. How are you guys this morning? Good morning. Good morning. I have a profit of $13.50 on the first day of trading a 50K account. Is there any problems with the payouts I may encounter? $13.50. This is my PA I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to log into my Discord to answer that question. But yeah, so hopefully the rest of the session we get a little something shaking. Like I told you guys yesterday, yesterday was actually a good trading day despite being slightly negative, but I was positive on 2 accounts and negative on the 2 top step accounts. It actually was a great trading day. Like I told you guys, I kind of already had a feeling about the few losses that I did take, simply because they were already things that I had questions about. So far today, I didn't have any questionable trades. Everything has been stuff that I already have solidified. So it might honestly be something where if I have a question mark next to it, I'm just not going to take it and kind of just stick with the setups where I already have everything solidified and I'm 100% confident in it. And then the ones where it's like, oh, well, I have a question mark next to that particular volume pattern or delta order flow pattern. And if it's one of those, then hey, we'll sit out and it's cool, because whether it works out or not, I feel like even if it wins, I wouldn't be bothered because it is something that I already had questions about. So I think I'm just gonna kind of keep it at that, probably. Just kind of go from there. 7:15. Double top start. Don't really. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I am. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? Yes, finally green. Finally. But we'll see how hopefully the rest of the day ends the same way that I started, because it actually has not been too bad. And like I said, I have another trade that I missed while I was hanging up the phone. There was another one that I missed that was just a break even, so it's no big deal. But there was a full win that I missed hanging up the phone with my best friend. So that little bit is missing too out of my profit, but so far so good. So far so good. Oh, I'm like, why did I open Discord? Why did I ask that question like that? That was so ghetto. About how many contracts did you did this so backwards. Oh yeah, you guys, I am officially relieved of jury duty. Yay, I'll be here every Wednesday. Make sure you tune in. I'm back. Yay, I'm back, baby. Yes. I am finally out of jury duty. All right, so first of all, I reached out to NinjaTrader yesterday. And I'm going to respond to their email to tell them all of my concerns with this contest. One of which being that if you guys have exclusive invites and people, so when you registered, you had to either sign up with a new account, which like I told you guys, I'm almost certain that they chose people who have lifetime accounts, or you just had to already log into your NinjaTrader account. If there's anybody in the contest who are logged into an account that you did not actually send an exclusive invite to, they should be disqualified for winning money, because to me, you chose specific people for a reason, and people who were not chosen should not be able to win money. Call me a snitch, don't care. The other thing is, I pointed out the bot situation. So this is the email that I sent them. I said, hey there. I know this was an exclusive invite, but many people publicized the sign up link on social media, which defeated the purpose of inviting people who met the criteria to receive the invitation. Also, if this competition is for traders, I put traders in big words because I'm pissed, or big letters. I said, if this is a competition for traders, those using bots should not have been allowed to participate. How are regular manual traders supposed to compete against someone who turned a bot on at 5 p.m. Sunday night and has traded 7,200 contracts in 18 hours? These screenshots are taken 20 minutes apart. And in 20 minutes, he traded 106 contracts for $24,000 in profit. In 20 minutes, this should not be allowed. So they did end up responding. And where is it? They responded. Hello, Keamber. Thank you for your note. I've just shared the feedback with our product team. They will look into this. Thank you again for the feedback and for choosing NinjaTrader. Oh, I'm about to reply, babe, because you're going to get more feedback than that. Okay? So yeah, that's that. Applejacks. Why did my best friend laugh at me last night when I told him the email and I said it the same way, because I really did do that. Hey there. Cause I'll be trying to come off as real nice, but this is some bullshit. Oh, so now let me read you guys the email that I sent for the secretary to the judge for jury duty. So I said, dear so-and-so, I'm writing to formally resign from my position as a juror for the current grand jury session. I found that the nature of the questions asked by fellow jurors has increased my frustration levels week after week. Many of the questions are completely irrelevant to what our duties are during this process. I met with attorney Seidel in the second week to express my frustrations, and I informed him that I would attempt to continue the process for as long as possible. Unfortunately, last week's session created so much frustration that I cannot continue with the process. With respect for the integrity of the judicial process, I feel it is in the best interest of both the court and myself to withdraw from this role. I apologize for any inconvenience my resignation may cause and appreciate your understanding of the situation. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. So that was the email that I sent her Sunday night. And she actually called me this morning at 8:01 on the dot, baby. I snoozed my alarm at 8, was starting to doze back off, and heard my phone ring. I said, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Who is this? And when I saw the number, I immediately knew it was the courts. And so, she asked me my juror number, and she was thanking me for my service. And I told her, I said, listen, I want you and the judge to understand that this was an amazing experience. To know that you guys are doing your due diligence and you guys are doing what you're supposed to do to get criminals off the street as quickly as possible, and the amount of evidence that you guys have in every single case is amazing. And I loved that part of the experience. I said, however, I want you to be privy and just to know some of the questions that I had to deal with. I said, I understand that I was the youngest one, and I understand that I pick up on things quickly, and I understand that everybody has different experiences in life and just everything. And everybody doesn't pick up as quickly as I do. I've dealt with that my whole life, right? I said, but I want you to understand the type of questions that I had to listen to every week. So I told her, I was like, we had a case of child neglect, and the first thing out of somebody's mouth was, is DFS involved? The kids don't have a family member that can take the kids? Like, she said, oh no. I said, yeah. I said, we watched somebody unalive someone on video, and the first question out of one of the jurors' mouths was there drugs and alcohol involved? She said, oh my goodness. She said, that's so irrelevant to the case. And so I gave her all these other different examples, and I explained to her how this past week I was so irritated that I walked out in the middle of the detective answering questions. I said, we had a case that was so open and shut, 5 minutes flat. And it took well over 15 minutes. He's still answering questions. I said, I literally had to walk out in the middle of him answering questions because I was so irritated. Like, I could not take it anymore. I said, I apologized to him. I apologized to the lawyer. I even apologized to the other police officers that were sitting outside waiting to give testimony. I told all of them in advance, if I walk out in the middle of you answering their stupid questions, I'm sorry. I cannot take it anymore. I said, once I got to the level of having to walk out in the middle of them answering questions, I knew that it was over for me. It was over. I told her that. And she was so thankful, and she was just like, it sounds like you have such a great grasp on, why you guys are there. And it's unfortunate that other people just, they're asking some of the questions that they asked. And she was like, I totally understand why you were so frustrated. And she was just like, well, I just from the bottom of my heart really want to thank you for your service and thank you for sticking it out. She said, could you by chance put all of this in the email so that the judge does understand the magnitude in which you've had to deal with? I was like, absolutely. Give me about 48 hours because I want to make sure I'm as detailed as possible. And that was that. Amelia, yeah, exactly. When it's real money. I know you're talking about the competition. Yeah, it's real money. Get these people out of this competition. Now I'm over here singing. Try to compete with boss's crazy work. Yeah. The difference in email tones is hilarious, child. But when I want to emphasize, baby, I will put something in big letters. Professional or not, don't care. Don't care, okay? I don't care. But yeah, these bots are literally insane, you guys. Like, the fact that after the first day I had 60 contracts traded and then you see people in the thousands, like, how, bro? You're maxed at 5 contracts per trade. And look, now the last I just showed you, he was at $115,000 in profit. He just made another $10,000 in profit in like 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. I just got here at 9 o'clock. Like, how are we supposed to compete with this, bro? You're hyper scalping. No, get him the fuck up out of here. Great bot you have here, but you should not be able to win $1,500 in real money for a bot. We can't pay your bot. So yeah, hopefully they get rid of these people. But yeah, I'm top 200, which is cool. At first I was just 200, but it looks like people are losing money. I told y'all this thing updates in real time. It's just like 10 minutes behind. So based off of my profit right now, I'm at 194. So like 6 people just dropped it down a little bit. So yeah. Mm-mm-mm. 15. I highly, yeah. That delta is not gonna be right. One of the things that I do want to work on at some point in the near future is the trades like this that rotate over my major level. I can trade them if they rotate over the middle half trend, but when they rotate like this over the major one, I have nothing. I have nothing so far. I think early on in my back testing, I realized that it was losing a lot, but I should have done my due diligence in writing down each trade like I did for the other ones so that I could try to figure out if there's a pattern. Because technically speaking, once we break the major half trend, since the major one is giving us the overall bias, once we break it, there's a high chance that we are going to just continue to break the bias, or and change trends overall. Very high chance. Even sometimes where we might come to the change zone, drop down a little bit, whatever. There's not very often where we push off of the change zone and just say to hell with it and push back below the major level and just continue with the downtrend or uptrend, vice versa, whatever. So I just have to figure out how I can take that rotation. I haven't figured it out yet. I have not. I've been able to figure out, like, all right, once we break it and we have a pullback, I am able to get into those trades with no problem. But I should be able to take this particular trade. I just haven't really figured out the pattern that I'm looking for just yet, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. But it's been kind of choppy. Yeah. So pretty much once market opened, what is it here? Yeah, this is market open, and then we hit a high and just have been just consolidating between zones, which is pretty much what happened around. So we're kind of like in the same range as this was at 420 this morning, from about 420 to 540. We're literally in that same range. I didn't even know this. I didn't even zoom back until now, but it's kind of where we're at right now. So it kind of makes sense. It's just a matter of, are we going to break either way? Are we? Yeah, 115,000. Figure out why people don't answer emails. I'm trying to be an employee, dang it. Listen, that means you get just a little bit of a break, just a tad. Y'all ain't get verdict on no murder. Yes, we did, Trenches. We had a lot. But remember, our verdict is not like whether they're guilty or not. Our verdict is just, we hear the evidence, and did you have the evidence to prove it? And yeah, there was, so okay, to give you guys context, I did, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 minus 1. So in 8 weeks, I heard 237 cases. And out of those 237, there was only one case that we voted no on, because the evidence, just from a medical standpoint, and thank God I was there, right? Because the other two healthcare workers were not, they weren't like nurses or techs or doctors or anything. They just worked in administration. So they wouldn't have understood that part. But basically, there was not enough evidence to prove medically that what this person was saying happened. And then based on other supporting evidence, it just sounded like the guy was upset. He was just upset about something and trying to charge the guy. Honestly, that's what it sounded like to me. Unfortunately, he just didn't have the medical evidence to support what he was saying. But yeah, we had everything ranging from child abuse, child neglect, molestation, rape, robberies, burglaries, murders, DUIs that result in someone dying. What else have we had? Theft. People who make we had a case where someone was making like 3D guns and pipe bombs and stuff like that. But we actually had way more murders than I thought we would have, but we do live in St. Louis, so but I think I was just more so surprised because the majority of homicides that happen here don't happen in the county, they happen in the city. So that's probably why I was a little bit more surprised that we had so many to go through. But yeah, look at how we have that immediate rejection there. I really wanted to take this, but the delta was literally equal. So this was 12 delta, this was 12 delta. So I can't take the equal ones. Um, 52. But yeah, we had, and when I tell you most of this stuff, most crimes, y'all, happen on somebody's camera. Don't matter if it's a department store, somebody's Ring camera, most crimes have it on camera. It also amazes me how much people don't understand that because you delete a text from your phone or a picture or delete a social media thread, you think that they're not gonna it's gonna come up in the subpoena, honey bun. Um, there were a lot of criminals who committed crimes and publicly posted about certain details of the crime that was never made public. And that's how they caught them. That's how, they confirmed that, all right, I mean, they had all this other evidence, right? But once you say something online that they didn't say publicly, what? The number of people who are caught because, they turn their phone off so that their phone GPS doesn't show anything on the subpoena, but you forgot that you're in a 2019 Dodge Durango that has OnStar, and I'm just throwing out a car, but you have a newer car that has OnStar and has GPS and all these other things, and as soon as they subpoena that black box, baby, you're done for. It's SEO trenches, of course. Exactly. Yes, trenches. We were in the grand jury, so we heard about 35 cases per week. Yeah. Ghost guns. Yep, ghost guns. Not if you don't have a cloud. No, there's the trenches. Trust me. Cloud or not, they get that in the subpoena. I promise you. I promise. I promise. Because most of the cases, first of all, even like, let's say you delete a thread on social media, you messaging somebody about some kind of crime you're about to commit, and you delete it. Well, those companies still store it. Doesn't matter, deletion or not. And they store it because of crimes happening and them having to give things up. I think I told you guys one of the first couple of weeks, I didn't know that. I don't even know if I should say this publicly because people can be helped for certain stuff like this, but every online service has certain scans to where if you upload photos to Gmail, Dropbox, Facebook, whoever, doesn't matter. There are certain scans that these companies automatically do. And if certain things are picked up, baby, you are automatically done for. They immediately send it to the police and the investigation starts. It's amazing. Like, it's amazing how much privacy we don't really honestly actually have, but when it's used for good, like some of this stuff, it's like, well, I'm gonna take this sale here. Please don't tell me I can't trade at the pivot level. All right, I think I can't trade at the pivot level. This used to be a rule of mine, and I think I have to continue it because I don't have that many trades at the pivot level, and I feel like the few that I've had have all lost. I'm gonna have to look at that. Like I said, it used to be a rule anyway, but that's gonna piss me off because but it makes sense. I could trade at the middle VWAP level, but not the middle pivot level. It's very weird. Look at this. There's the drop. There is the freaking drop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that damn pivot level, honestly. 35. Where's the damn pivot level? All right, there's a trap. Whatever do you mean? How is a stop filled? Huh? Oh no, something just I wasn't in a trade though. Somehow, some way, I just got stopped out on the contest account. This is so weird. It says something about a stop market order. Hold on, I'm trying to look at my account. Long. How did I get stopped out down there? That doesn't even make sense. I was long at 590. It put me long at 588.50. Hold on a second, you guys. $588.50 is here. And it stopped me out at 585, which we didn't even get to that price. What? Okay. That's stupid as fuck. Y'all, literally, my entry was 590.75. Somehow I got put in at 588.50, which is fine. But then it says I was stopped out at 585.25, which is, that's down here. Price never hit there, ever. It didn't hit here. So how did I get stopped out right there? That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna send that into them because what the fuck? Great. Whatever. Thank God that's not real money, NinjaTrader. I'm stumped on that one. But whatever. Whatever. Green, green, green. 1,000. How did that even happen? That's literal. That's insanity. I got stopped out at a price that price never hit. Whatever. That was a great trade though. Little divergence, pull back to the major half trend, push off of it. I can dig it. Y'all had witnesses testify. Okay, so no. So in grand, okay, when you are in the preliminary trial, you have two options. You could send it to grand jury or you could sit in front of a judge. The majority of the cases are going to go in front of the jury though, because when you go in front of the judge, you can't do anything that's hearsay. So like the actual witnesses have to come in and things like that. So there are certain cases, like especially when it comes to like molestation, like those sexual assaults, that they'd never go in front of the judge because they don't want the person to have to relive that in front of the judge preliminary, and then they have to go through all of that again during the actual trial. That makes sense. So we basically just, the lawyer comes in, reads the indictment, you know, count one, da 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 da, and that on or before such and such date, you know, this crime happened, whatever. And then count 2 is this, and count 3, and they kind of run it down a list. And then they introduce, you know, have the detective introduce themselves, you know, and how did you become part of this investigation? And then they go through the investigation process, talk about whatever evidence they have and things like that. A lot of times they have pictures, they have video recordings, audio recordings, but for the sake of you hearing 30 to 40 cases per week, you can't go through all of that evidence. You kind of have to just go based off of like, all right, they said they have this, do we believe them or not? And you kind of quickly, first of all, these are state prosecutors, right? They are state funded. They don't really waste their time pinning charges on people. Like they literally don't have the time or money for that, right? So they had already told us in the first week that like well over 50% of cases that come before them, they don't even hear they don't move forward with at all. So that kind of lets you know damn it, I missed that trait. That kind of lets you know the integrity that they have, right? But then when they tell you all the evidence, like it's not just, oh yeah, we interrogated this person and they admitted. Like, no, they tell you all the evidence that they have against that person. I missed this trade. It was invalidated initially, and as soon as the bar closed is when it changed to what I wanted it to be. 30. Damn, I had time, cuz. That was like 6 seconds between the close of the bar and this. Yeah, I had time to enter. I didn't even realize. I thought I saw the number, well, the number was 11, but when the bar closed, it changed to 21, like right before the bar closed. And it was initially a continuation, but then turned into a trap. So with the trap, I wanted the number to be more than 11, which 21 obviously is. So I just kind of screwed that one a little bit. I'm sorry. But yeah, so we hear the hearsay and you just kind of go from there. Because the reality is, if you don't have this evidence that you told us that you have and you go to trial, you're just going to lose. So they have no reason to lie. You know what I mean? But they do a good job of like, they be having some evidence on them, honey. There was one case where one of the charges, me being the smart person I am, I was like, we can't charge that person with that. And it was a case where someone was attacked from behind and stabbed, but they also had a charge of exhibiting as part of it. And if you're attacked from behind, you never saw the knife, you couldn't even explain to the police what the knife looked like. Well, obviously this person never exhibited, you know, because in order to exhibit, they have to kind of wield it around. You don't even know what it looks like. So that has to be dropped, kind of thing. But yeah, so it's just the detectives. We don't hear from the actual witnesses at all. They catch people who try to switch VPNs. Yeah. About social media, I'm talking about iPhone. I know somebody that be the case. They went to Apple to he didn't have one. Interesting. Cameras everywhere. That's why everybody walking around with shiesties on. Exactly. They solve what they want to solve. Snitches get stopped. A dude in the neighborhood I lived in testified in front of the grand jury about witnessing his friend's murder and got killed like a week later. Oh, absolutely. And you know, that's why you don't really have witnesses that come forth at all. Like, honestly, if they would have chose me to be the foreperson, like the foreperson is the one who signs all the paperwork, baby, I'm out of here. You ain't finna put my name on this document that's finna go, no, that's public information. No thanks. Found out what really went down. Profit target of 1,200. Ooh, nice. Congratulations. Nice. Baby Gold has been treating you well. Yeah, he definitely got lucky. And I wonder if though the person that you were talking about who beat the case because he didn't have a cloud with Apple, how long ago was that though? Because I think that some companies have made certain changes for that very reason. But yeah, there's just so much that goes on. Like I told y'all, it's nice to know what's happening in your backyard, but then it's not nice to know that this is happening in your backyard. And I can say that about probably 90, like not talking about the stealing like from stores and stuff. So I mean like the unaliving, the shooting, the robberies, the burglaries. No, I won't say burglaries, the robberies. And the reason why I won't say burglary is because, you know, you do have some people who try to, you know, get into vacant properties and stuff. So I won't say those. But the majority of crimes that happen, people know each other. And this is why you keep your circle small. Okay? These people know each other and they doing some of this heinous, crazy stuff to each other. It's insane. It's insane. I'm not gonna lie. It is. Alright, I can't take that sale. 33, 40. One of the things that I have noticed, and I used to do this anyway, like if I have a trade that's good, and this was invalidated no matter what, but if I have a buy right here, and you see how the previous bar reacted off the current open and prior close, never can take trades going back towards those. Now, if it was just one or the other, fine, but when it's going back towards both, that is such a high level of resistance. Just, I mean, it's the open and the close, right? So there's a lot of resistance or support, obviously, in that area if we were trying to get into a sale. So I can never take those particular trades. But like I said, that one was invalidated anyway. But let's see kind of what happens here. Let's see. Did I finish writing that guy? Oh, 8 micros. Is that all right? What more restrictions do I have to follow? All right. Let's see if we have the full breakout. One of the other things, and this is so weird because this type of divergence used to be my favorite. Now I don't think that I like it much. I'm still trying to really kind of work out all the details with it, but I don't really like this. I just like the regular higher high to higher high divergence now. But it's really weird because that used to be my favorite. But I don't think I could trade it with this order flow version. I don't think I can. Which sucks, but yeah. I think we're just gonna kind of stay away from those in particular. But we'll see. Because that one technically was valid based on the limited rules that I have, based on the limited data that I have so far. But I didn't take it because it's just, I know how limited that particular divergence is. Now, if it was that same divergence in the direction of the trend, we're good there. I know all of that, but that one, not so much. Not so much. Not so much. 9 years ago, got you. People talk a lot of high shit on social media like the Feds is always watching. Exactly. Exactly. Like, man. Just the amount of information that people give up on themselves, it's just like, bro, why? Just why? I understand. Send email to Apex support. We'll see. All right. Yeah, let me know how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't take them long to do it. Do you have any renewals that are coming up? So where you have to worry about them not closing it in time? I'm still like really pissed that that trade stopped me out at a price. Price never hit. Is this thing fading? Wait a minute. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, long right there. First, I thought it was fading. I'm like, well, that would be the problem, but it didn't fade. All right, there were orders here that I got rid of, though. And yeah, the stop losses on that didn't match. So I know it wasn't a fill from that, which is cool. And I keep my orders tab open at all times. And if I see that I still have orders there after the fact, I clear them out. And then I go to my positions tab to make sure I'm not still in a trade. So I'm so confused. Even how did these lose that trade? This is so weird. I didn't have double entries though. Right? Oh, I'm stumped with some of these. I really am. Oh, okay, wait. That's the very first trade. All right, that one was the one that I got into multiple entries by accident. All right, then that, cool. This one, cool. And this one, yeah, I'm gonna have to send that into them because I don't know what the hell is up with that. What's on All right, we're kind of slowing down. I really want to see us break 636. My middle half trend is a downtrend right now, even though the other two are uptrends. So, and we kind of hit that back here. So I kind of knew we would kind of go into consolidation until we figure out which way we want to go. So it needs to break 636 to then match the uptrend of the other two, or we need to break on the downside and create a downtrend. So let's see. But based on the 5-minute structure, we finally had the breakout of structure here. But now we kind of need to break about where the overnight, I don't know if this is the high or low. Overnight high. No, that's the low. Kind of need to break the overnight low in order to kind of push there. All right, there's the breakout. Cool. $36. If this is wins, I'm gonna be kind of mad at myself. I don't. Technically, it kind of follows my rules, but I don't really like how we're rotating over the level I needed it to break. Even though I don't have rules against it, let's see what happens though. Yeah. Still would be in it, but it looks like it's gonna reject though. Yeah, exactly. Glad I didn't take it. I don't mind it rotating over the where the middle half trend changes if we're going counter trend, but when we're going with the trend, I don't really like that much. Because if it was already causing this like small bit of consolidation, when we push out and create the breakout, I want it to really actually break out, not rotate where the breakout happens. And by rotation, you know, the reversal bar down and the entry bar both rotated over the level. I don't really like that. I don't take very many trades like that. Oh, I'm going back. Sorry, guys. Oh, you crashed them out. I got you. I got you. La la. Requested 2,700. Ooh, nice. Congratulations. Tried Top Step a few days ago. I was up almost 2K for eval in 2 days. Ooh, nice, Sam. Nice, nice. Congratulations. Yeah, Top Step is great. I have never heard anything bad about Top Step, you guys, ever. Christmas is coming and I've been today I felt the account because I did draw down $1,000, but assumed I had a total of 2K drawdown. But being in a positive other account, strange rules, but I learned. So they told me drawdown of 1K resets with your highest positive. Yeah. So I assumed I had to. I got you. Yes, and once you understand the rules, you'll really, really, really like them. And you only have that you do have to worry about the 50% consistency. So if you like make 1,500, let me say like 2,000. So let's say you have a 50K account, the profit target is 3,000. If you make 2,000 the first day, now your profit target is 54,000 because of the 50% consistency. So just make sure that you pay attention to that. But yeah, Top Step is a great company. I'm all about people trading their live accounts, absolutely. But if you have prop firms that you can actually trust, I mean, I don't see a problem with trading the prop firms and getting additional payouts to put more money in your pocket, fund your live account with even more money and things like that. I don't see it wrong with it. Handed out a large stack of coal. Oh gosh, we're familiar out with the old and with the new. Something is telling me, girl, don't do it. Don't do it then, Janelle. Listen to your intuition. That's why we got it. Listen to your intuition. You up a good amount today, too? Listen to that intuition. All right, so I want to look at 1, 2. So that canceled it out to where. All right, so I didn't realize I had 3 entries. All right, so 3, but then that canceled out that one. So that same thing there. I wonder if they know their data is not reporting properly. That's the only way that I can get filled at a price that price is not at. Remember when that happened to me on my Apex accounts? And those damn mods tried to explain to me how I was wrong and all this other stuff just for me to have a meeting with Cayenne and her to tell me that in a 3-minute time span, Rhythmic was not reporting data properly, and if people didn't trade in that 3 minutes, then they weren't affected. And obviously all those people in the mod chat who told me I was wrong, even though I had all of this proof, I'm like, look, you can literally see price never hit here. Yeah, they told me I was wrong just for support to tell me I was absolutely right, and they quietly fixed everyone's accounts who were affected in those 3 minutes. Something just happened just now with this account, with that test account, because price never got there at all. So I'll be curious to see what they say about that. What was it? 939, 931, 39. 88.50. $85.25. All right, look, this is a 1 second chart, okay? 1 second chart. It's saying that I went long at the yellow line and I got stopped out here. But 931.39 is this candle. So how did I get stopped out right here? It's literally impossible. The last time price was down there was 931.33, but my entry was 931.39 6 seconds later. And 13 seconds later at 931.44 is when it exited me there. But 931.44 is this candle. And you can see this candle never got down here. So how the hell did that happen? Thank goodness it only happened on that test account, you know, the arena account, but that's shady. But I'll send in the proof later. Can we get some movement here? I got 15 minutes left. That's very interesting. I don't really... Oh, well... He was ready to dominate top step. Oh, you got this though. And honestly, their rules are way easier to understand and remember than everybody else's rules. Especially once you get in PA, there really are no rules. All you have to do on PA is just get to 5 days of $200 or more of profit, and you can withdraw up to 50% of the profit that you have. Once you get to 30 winning days, so $200 of profit is considered a winning day, and once you get to 30 winning days, then you could withdraw up to 100% of what you have in the account. Why do I need a plugin to take screenshots? Ooh, Janelle, are you using a PC? What plugin is it asking you for? I use the screenshot tool that comes with Windows. It's the Snip and Sketch. So whenever I show you guys screenshots, I just use this snipping tool, Snip and Sketch, whatever, and just boom. You can draw on it, you can crop it, you could do whatever. And now, because it didn't used to do this, but now you could like draw rectangles and all kinds of stuff. Sounds good. I can do that most days. Exactly. It's real easy. You want an AP watch? Oh, goodness. Worth more than my house, properties, cars, brokerage, and my dog. Not the Bustasaurus Rex. So Apex wants you to have stops on the screen. Just kidding, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know, Trenches. That was a little crazy, though. That was super crazy. I know a lot of people who don't trade with stops, and that's just, it doesn't work for my anxiety. I just feel like if I'm trading off of a level and we don't reject and react the way that I want to, hey, I'm just wrong in my analysis, or I'm too early, or I'm too late, or whatever, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather that than just allow a drawdown into oblivion. That doesn't work well for my brain. At all. Usually target goal of 400 a day. That's a good target. Not if you use your brand new laptop. Well, she kind of has a point now. Oh my gosh. Or if what Windows version are you using? Because if you still on 10, I didn't want to upgrade to 11 at first. Actually, I upgraded at first. I saw how bubbly, this is how petty I am. I saw how bubbly the icons were in the toolbar, and I immediately downgraded. Don't ask me why that mattered so much, but it mattered so much. I immediately downgraded. But then I think it was when my chart trader or my copier, something was working real weird, and Joel from Affordable Indicators was like, well, you might need to just upgrade the software and upgrade this. And I was like, all right. He said, because I don't have nobody that, you know, no customers so far have reported what you're saying, and they're on the newer versions of Windows and stuff like that. So, and he was right. I have not had any issues since. Not a one. Knock on wood. See, and this is why we're going to start stopping at 10 o'clock. Because now I have to sit here and watch paint dry for 15 minutes. Just to prove Applejack's wrong that I don't want to get off at 9:05. She gets on your nerves. No, you know what, Janelle? We're kind of going to have to do just a little bit of judging. Just a tad. Because why? Why, girl? Why? Just use the new laptop. Is it because you don't want to go through the process of setting every... Because I'm not going to lie. If you don't really care to have to reinstall everything and stuff like that, I kind of feel you there. Just this much. Just that much, though. What is that a 1 bar pullback? It is. Yeah, today was a good day. What did I miss? 2 trades? 2, I think. 2 that were winners. Not too shabby. I am... Oh, you know what? I'm obviously going to remember this after I actually do the journaling. But right in here that I need to study. By study, I mean just go through all the data that I have so far and pull all the trades that happen at the middle pivot level. I'll pull all of those, look to see what the win-loss ratio is so far. Again, I only have about, today would make about 10 days worth of data, so there ain't that much. But if I can already see a pattern in 10 days worth of data, I'm on to something. So, and like I said, I used to not be able to take trades at the middle pivot level anyway, so that'll be very easy for me to just not do. No big deal. But I think that was, what, my only loss today? I think. What's it? Yeah, it's my only loss today. Only one today so far. Easy. These are all the trades I took so far. So 6 trades, 1, 2, 3, 4 wins, a loss, and a break even. And that loss was at that pivot level. All right, let's see what we got. Good morning, Trader's Chick. How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning. The goal is to set up the new laptop this weekend. I do want a new monitor. I have so much to reinstall. I got you. I feel you on that, though. All those greens on your accounts are looking good. Thank you. Finally. After 11 months of struggling, I think I'm almost there. We'll see, though. I feel... I've said this as time has gone on, and I've continued to make adjustments, and whether it's minor adjustments, major adjustments, every time I made the major adjustment, like, all right, going from not looking at volume, no nothing, and then all of a sudden incorporating volume for the first time ever in my 10 years of trading. I felt more confident, but then I just felt like this is not enough. I struggled for 4 months putting it together, and now that I'm trading volume again, I know why. I was looking at the wrong things. Then incorporating order flow, I felt really good about that. I started having some pretty good days, but it still was pretty inconsistent. And now that I'm back to order flow, because from order flow I went back to strictly volume, but then I was like, this is not enough. I think there's some order flow that needs to be part of this. And now that I'm doing a combination of the two, which I never did, now I'm feeling even more confident. So, and I feel like over time my confidence levels will get even stronger, because knowing what your edge is, or if you really have something going here, is really important. But I have noticed, so I just started doing the combination of order flow and volume. What wasn't last week my first week? Pretty sure last week was my first week. Yeah, I started it on Tuesday, and I already was like, okay, I didn't really have very, let's see, Tuesday I was negative 135 on one account and positive 78 on another. Wednesday was jury duty. Thursday I was break even, basically negative $40 on one account, negative 18 on the other two. Friday I didn't take trades. I was so damn sleepy, my brain couldn't focus, my brain could not compute. So, and just in that first week, those first couple of days, not any bad days at all. And then yesterday, I was up $71 on one account and negative 131 on the other. So the fact that my negative days have not been that much, I was like, oh, we might be onto something. And I am so much more confident in this combination of the strategy, which is preventing me from like sitting. I don't really sit out of trades much. Now I might miss trades, like this morning I missed a trade. I was hanging up the phone with my best friend, or just kind of getting distracted. I might be telling y'all about something or something like that. But before, I was just so cautious because I felt like, oh my god, my strategy's not ready. I know this is, I know it's not ready. So it just made me like sit out of a lot of trades because I'm questioning, I'm overthinking. And part of the overthinking is just knowing that something's not right? But at this point, there aren't very many trades that I've sat out of at all since last Tuesday. Well, I won't even say since last Tuesday. Let me just say since yesterday, mainly because that first week, I only went into this with 1 day worth of back testing data. So I don't really want to count the trades that I sat out of last week, because obviously with 1 day worth of data, there wasn't enough, right? So now today is day 10, and 10 days is still not really that much data, right? But because I'm scalping, most of the setups that happen the most often, I have way more than enough data for those. So I'm like extremely confident in those. It's just the ones that I still don't have enough data with. I'm like, I don't know. What did he send me? Oh, pictures of my best friend sent me pictures of his daughter. He did like he read a book at her school. And these kids are just so cute. But anyway, so yeah, order flow saved my accounts. I'm telling you. Yes, green is always nice. I struggle with having stop losses very tight for a while. I used to never want to lose more than $180 each single. Yeah, you have to figure out what your risk tolerance is, right? The way other people trade, it does not. Like, to hear people say, oh, I don't care if I go down $1,000. What? You got 2,500. Yeah, confidence is key, and confidence just comes from the experience. I think one thing that also helps me is I know how to trade, right? I can easily just flip the switch and go back to what worked for me for 3 years in my personal account. It's just, I am so like, I don't like feeling defeated. And if I gave up on figuring out a scalping strategy, I would have felt defeated. And I can't do that to myself. I can't. 12, 23. Don't like it. Don't like it. But yeah, I don't want to feel defeated. And I would feel defeated if I gave up. I would. So I was like, screw it. We're gonna stick with this. I gave myself a year. We're at 11 months. So I'm almost there. And it just so happened that I'm the closest I've ever been to where I need to be. So I'm happy about that. I definitely am. 27. Got 5 minutes left. Too much delta here. 54, yeah, too much. I was still questioning if I really want to take it, because who wants to not just end as green as you are green, right? But I would have taken it though, but it didn't set up. I wanted the delta to be less than 27, but it was 54. One. Shoot, my entry's been on point. Those fake outs get you sometimes, yeah. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we are trading the most volatile instrument, right? So fake outs are likely to happen sometimes, but as long as you're way more right than you are wrong, and you have a decent risk to reward ratio, that's the other thing for me. Like, negative risk to reward ratios, I can't. Like, I can't. I just cannot. So for me, at least 1-to-1 was, I had to do that. When I was intraday swing trading, it was always like at least a 1-to-3 typically. I would take partials at 1-to-1, 1-to-2, and then for a while I just would trade just one mini and just keep it moving. So I've kind of done a lot, right? But the scalping thing, I had to have a 1-to-1. And I just felt like the only way for me to do 1-to-1 was to trade Renkos. That was the only way. And I kind of immediately figured out what Renko size I wanted to use. And I would just literally, when I was going through different Renko sizes, I'm like, okay, I just want to see how often do the reversal bars have price come outside of the open, right? So like here, how many times does one of these bars kind of pierce the opening of the reversal bar? And I was like, oh, okay, on a 16 tick chart, it doesn't happen that much. And the times where it do happen, let's figure out how to just not get into those trades, right? And that was just pretty much it. That was the only goal that I had. Let's at least do a 1-to-1, because I know with the 1-to-1, if I have a decent win-loss ratio, I'm cool. And it doesn't bother me to lose, because one of the things, like when I went through Ian Dunlap's course, which Trenches knows who that is, I went through his course way before he became popular, like way before. And he traded basically using Bollinger Bands, and it was a negative risk to reward ratio. And when it won, it was nice. It doesn't set up as much as he claims that it did. But just knowing that if I take a loss, I have to make up for it like 3 times over, 2 to 4 times over. Nope. Jared Tendler on Words of Wisdom. He's a psychologist, so none of that fake trader BS, real smart guy. Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I don't really watch Words of Wisdom much, because he interviews people who clearly, shouldn't be given a platform. And I actually haven't really watched a lot of trader interviews. I used to watch them a lot, especially I really love the ones on Beginner Forex podcast, which that's the name of his channel, but he has since moved. I think he still trades Forex, but he trades futures too now. But I really, really loved a lot of his interviews. Some interviewers I don't like, because I feel like they start to bring religion too much into the interviews. And for me, I feel like when it comes to professional settings, I just feel like some of that stuff just shouldn't be talked about, only because like you don't know who's viewing you, right? And that can be kind of, I wouldn't even necessarily say offensive, but when you spend so much time on, like, I'm here to listen to trading. We're here to listen to somebody's trading journey. So when you just start incorporating all this other stuff, I just like, can we, y'all know me, just get to the point. I want to talk about what I'm here to talk about or listen to, you know? So some stuff is just, yeah. But yeah, I love Calvin. I love Calvin. He's really dope. 70% win rate, but I don't hold long. Hey, and nothing's wrong with that. Whether you hold for 5 seconds or 50 minutes, hey, as long as it works, it works. I thought in one of the discourse they said Trace by Matt X to be on it like over and over again. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. And I know some of the podcasts, I think some of these people have to pay like a small fee to be on there or whatever, just because they are giving you a platform, right? I did not watch Matt's interview. Actually, I think I've only watched one interview from Words of Wisdom, and I just wasn't, I don't know, there was just other interviewers who I enjoyed way more. Way more. So that was kind of that. Let me show you guys the accounts. So this is where we are. I'm gonna tell you guys tomorrow what they say about that challenge, this challenge account, because that trade should have never happened. So I'll let you know what they say. But yeah, so I took 6 trades. Like I said, I won 4, lost 1, broke even on another. Actually, I did not take 4. I'm lying. I forgot. There was some extra entries in there. I actually took 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. Took 4 trades. I won 3 and lost 1 because the other trade, the first trade, there was like a triple entry there, and thankfully on my leader account there was 2 wins and a break even, and I think on the followers there was like 2 contracts won and 1 contract lost, so it just kind of negated the process because all it did was just basically give me positive 1 trade, which was fine. So yeah, not a bad day at all. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I missed at least 2 trades, but that's really it. So coolio. I want to say I heard that you had to pay but wasn't 100%. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a rumor or not, but I definitely heard that they had to pay for some of these patents. Probably not all of them, but definitely some of them they are having to pay. And I heard Words of Wisdom was one that they did have to pay to get on. About God, there's lots of wisdom in the Bible. Yeah, San. So for me, it's not that I'm bothered. I'm not a religious person, but I'm not bothered by. I grew up in religion. My grandma, who lives with me, still goes to church every Sunday, and her brother, who's the pastor, comes over, and all they talk about is religion. So I'm not bothered by that. But for me, when you have a podcast, and you know, a lot of the questions are centered around your journey, and a lot of people who are tuning in not just want to hear about your journey, but sometimes they talk about like their trading strategies and different things like that, right? And I just feel like from a standpoint of keeping things objective and talking about your journey and talking about trading as a whole, sometimes like if you just mention it, whatever, fine. But when you spend a lot, like there's a couple of podcasters that spend so much time on incorporating the religion part, and again, as somebody who's not religious, I don't really give that much of a shit. I just fast forward and it doesn't bother me. But if you have someone who is of a different religion, not to say that you are disrespecting their religion by talking about yours or anything like that, but you can really lose viewership all because you're spending too much time talking of, because to be honest with you, some of the ones who spend too much time on religion, if you look at their views, they don't have as many views as the people who keep things very straight to the point and objective, right? So that's really my only, I just fast forward because I just don't care. Never understood. Yeah, you just tune it out, and it's like I again, I get it, I grew up in it, but I'm not here for that. If I wanted to go look, I would just go Google and do that. Yo, thank you guys, thank you. So yeah, that's it for the stream today. I am going to go journal and probably walk a mile again. I actually walked a mile yesterday I did like 3.5 speed with a 3 incline, and I think I finished in like probably about 17 minutes or so. I think I'm going to do that every day just so I can kind of get some movement and my mobility back, because I thought I was going to wake up kind of sore just from being on the incline like that and not walking for the last couple of months. I haven't walked since I injured my back. So this week is kind of like when I'm getting back into my groove with walking and working out and stuff. So I'm going to go do that. I'll let you guys know tomorrow what they say about that trade on the challenge account. And yeah, that'll be that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning, because ain't no jury duty. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.